Hello, hello, my amazing artist, and today we're going to make some ancient Greek theater masks from plain pieces of paper. As you can see here, I have two examples. This is my sad mask, and this is my happy mask. Okay. I did leave my masks nice and white and plain. But that doesn't mean that you have to, okay? So, let's get started. First, you want to make sure that you have some paper. All right? One sheet at a time works well. And I'm going to use my paper folding skills to fold my paper in half, hot dog way, so that I have a symmetrical mask, which means the same on both sides. The next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that I have my scissors and my pencil handy. All right, let's zoom in just a little bit. Okay. Sometimes it's helpful to be able to draw out the shape of your mask first, or sometimes people just like to get started cutting, and that's up to you depending on what you would like to do. I'm actually going to draw in a Sharpie marker just so that you can see my lines a little bit better. I want a curved bottom to the bottom of my mask, so I'm going to start from the folded side. This side is folded. This side is open like a book, okay? And from the fold, I'm just going to come out and up a little bit. I'm going to make a little curve at the top. So I'm going to do the same thing up here. And that's my starting shape. There are many different shapes to Greek theater masks, and if you checked out the video about ancient Greek theater masks seen in your Google Classroom, I'm sure that you might come up with your own ideas. But for now, I'm going to keep my paper folded while I'm cutting, all right? That makes sure that I have a symmetrical mask. I'm going to cut off my lines because I don't want to see my lines when I'm finished. I'm not going to throw away my scraps. I'm going to use these later, maybe for other decorations on my mask. All right, just going to put those to the side. Now when I open it up, yes, I love the shape of this. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is think about the eyes and the mouth. I do want them symmetrical, the eyes and the mouth, so I'm going to fold this back up. Here I go. I think that this mask is going to be a smiling comedy mask. So I'm going to make the mouth curved upwards. I'm going to start at the bottom. I'm going to make sure I have like 2 finger space at least. And come out and up and back to the fold. So that's going to be my mouth once I cut it out. But I also want to draw my eyes. I think that it would be pretty cool if my eyes looked like this. Now, I know how I'm going to cut from here. I just keep my paper folded and slowly cut around. But the eye is in the center of my paper. What am I going to do? Well, I'm going to take my handy dandy pencil. I'm going to put it in the center of the eye, and I'm going to poke. Look at that, a little hole through. Can you see? this is going to give me a space to fit my scissors inside of. I'm going to carefully cut out that eye shape. Oops. Okay. So now I've made my eye and my mouth, and it should be symmetrical if I open this up. Remember, symmetrical, it means the same on both sides. This is awesome. Now, if I don't like something, I can always fold it back up and change the shape a little bit. This mouth is a little bit pointed, so I'm going to fold it back up. Trim a little bit. Yes, I love it. I love my mask so far. But there's a few other things that I need to do. I need to make a nose. Good thing I have extra paper on hand. I'm going to take my extra paper. I'm going to fold it in half because I want a symmetrical nose. I'm going to put my mask to the side. I want a symmetrical nose, and I think I want to make it look nice and big. I like a big nose on my masks. There's so many different kinds of noses that you can draw, but remember, I want it symmetrical, so I'm going to keep this paper folded when I cut. I'm going to save this paper for some more things in a little bit, but let's put it to the side. Aha. I'm going to unfold, and I have my nose. Look at that nose. That's a good nose. I'm going to take a little bit of glue here, and I don't need a lot. And I'm going to glue it onto my mask, but when I do this, I think it's really fun if I let that nose pop up just a little bit. Remember, if you're using liquid glue or glue in a bottle, one dot holds a lot. Don't use too much glue. And I'm going to not let my nose lay down flat. I'm going to pop it up just a little bit. Can you see that from the side, from the top? So I've got a nose, I've got a mouth, I've got some eyes. But if you looked at some of my examples from earlier, you can see how I added a few other things. For this one, for this mask, I cut fringe to make a beard. So all I did was take my handy dandy scissors and cut a little bit on the sides, on the bottom of the face. And then I scrunched the paper. That makes it have texture and make it look like it has a beard. On my other mask, I made these curly hair looking pieces. All I did was take my spare paper. I had it folded in half. I cut these little strips. I have this little strip of paper, and I curled it. Now, if this is hard for you to do with your hands and your fingers, all you have to do is get a pencil and wrap that paper around the pencil, and it should curl. Let's see. Yep, there we go. It's a curlicue, and I glued it down to the top. There's so many different ideas that you can have for your Greek masks, but try to make them symmetrical, which means The same on both sides, like we said earlier. All right, boys and girls, I hope that you had some fun learning about how to make paper Greek theater masks. Enjoy!